Today we are going to start with a new chapter of chemistry, that is acid base. In this video, I will discuss about the properties of an acid, while in the next video, I will discuss about the base and its properties. So the properties of acid and base are divided into two categories. So, like in this, we will discuss about the physical properties of an acid, and later we will discuss about the chemical properties of an acid. But before just start the discussion of the physical and the chemical properties of an acid, it is important to understand that actually what an acid is. So, according to the definition, acid is any substance which produces H positive ion in aqueous medium. So it means like if you want to identify any chemical substance as an acid, it must have to produce H positive ion in aqueous medium. So if a substance or a chemical reagent produces H positive in an aqueous medium, we termed it as an acid. इसका मतलब है कि for acid, a species must have to produce H positive ion in the aqueous medium. So according to this classification, the acids are categorized into two different categories. The first one is the strong acid and the second one is the weak acid. So you have to learn the definition of an acid because in your exam they ask about the definition for 1 mark, and as well as you have to learn the difference between a strong acid and a weak acid. Okay, so according to the definition, a strong acid is an acid which completely ionizes in the aqueous medium. So if a substance completely ionizes, yani कि if a substance completely splits into its ions and produces H positive ions, so such substance is known as a strong acid. As you can see in this equation, you have HCl, which is an acid. When HCl is dissolved in an aqueous medium, it produces H positive ion and Cl negative ion. The presence of this H positive ion in the aqueous medium represents that this compound HCl is an acid. So if you have any compound, X compound or Z compound, and you dissolve it into the water and it produces H positive ion, then you will categorize it as an acid, right? So the next type is the weak acid. According to the definition, weak acid is an acid which partially ionizes in the aqueous medium. So substance which do not dissolve completely into the aqueous medium, such species of an acid are known as weak acid. So the key word in this definition is partially ionization in the aqueous medium. As you can see in this equation, we have an acid which is an organic acid. It is partially ionized into the aqueous medium. How we can identify that this reaction is not the complete ionization, is a partial ionization with the sign of this, with this sign. So when you have double arrows representing the forward and the backward direction reaction, such reactions are the partial reactions. So as you can see in this equation, this organic acid is partially ionizes into the aqueous medium and produces H positive ion and the negative ion. So the presence of this H positive ion aqueous medium represents the acidity. So अगर कोई भी सब्सटेंस वाटर के अंदर H पॉजिटिव आयन प्रोड्यूस करता है, हम उसको एसिड कैटेगराइज कर देते हैं. सो फॉर योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड फॉर योर लर्निंग, एक छोटी सी बात यह है कि आपके जितने भी ऑर्गेनिक एसिड्स होते हैं वो सारे के सारे वीक एसिड्स होते हैं, ऑर्गेनिक एसिड. जैसे कि आपके पास आ जाता है मेथानोइक एसिड, एथानोइक एसिड, propanoic acid, and so on. So all the organic acids are known as weak acids, right? So the next is we are going to discuss about the physical properties of an acid. Uh, the physical properties is something which is related to the size, shape, composition, or nature of a substance. So, like if they ask about the physical properties, you have to describe the physical appearance, color, taste, texture of the acid. The first physical property is the acids are sour in taste. There are different examples of an acid. For example, the ethanoic acid or acetic acid, which is present in the vinegar, it is definitely sour in taste. The acid present in the lemon, which is citric acid, that's why the lemon or all citrus fruit taste sour. So every type of acid has a particular taste that is sour in taste. The second thing is they are corrosive in nature, so that's why they are asked to handle the acids with care. If they get in touch with our skin, the skin will erode and it will cause burning sensation. The third property is the acids have pH less than 1. We have a pH meter and pH scale. This pH scale help us to identify the pH of the substances. So the pH scale have the number from 1 to 14. 1 to 7 is the limit for acids. The 1 to 6 is the limit for acid. The 7 represents the neutral substances like water and salt, and the pH more than 7, like 7 to 14, represents basic substances, which we'll discuss later. So the third property is the pH of the acidic substances is less than 7, like it is from 1 to 6.9 pH. And the fourth property is the acid turns damp red blue litmus paper red in color. So the conversion of the blue litmus paper to the red color is is the most feasible identification for an acid. So if you have different samples, sample A, B, C, and you have to identify the which of the species is an acid. So the best thing which you can do is you can put a damp blue red litmus paper inside it, and it will turn red. The identification of the red color show that this substance is an acid. There are other methods too, but this is the most feasible method. So these are the physical properties of the acid. And the next are the list of the common strong acids. I had shared the list of the common strong acids so that you can learn from there the chemical formulas of an acid. This will later help you to write the equations and as well as to balance out the equation. So the first acid written here is sulfuric acid. This is one of the most strongest acid and it has pH around 1, 1.2. So the chemical formula for sulfuric acid is H2SO4. The second second strong acid, आप यहाँ पे strong लिख लें ताकि आपको पता चल जाए कि these all are strong acids. So the second strong acid is here phosphoric acid H3PO4. The third one is HCl, hydrochloric acid. The fourth one is nitric acid, HNO3. Fifth one is sulfurous acid, H2SO3. And the last one, the sixth one is carbonic acid, which is H2CO3.